Today's video we're going to be focusing on your long toss program. Long toss can be incorporated into your arm care. We did a previous video with arm care, so you can put this in there as well. We're just out in an open field. We're going to show you how to do it by yourself. It helps to have a partner or a net, but if you have to do it by yourself, you certainly can, to make sure that you get your long toss in during this time where we can't get together as a team. First thing that we have to do is we have to measure off our distances. Colin is walking this off from the net. He's taking extra big steps to equal about 3 feet, and he gets to our first cone, which is 60 feet away, which should be about 20 steps. Now you can see we've already marked this off. We've got 60, 90, 120, 150, and 210 feet to get our long toss in. So you can mark your field to make sure that you have the appropriate distance. For you younger guys, you might want to have a little bit shorter distance so that you don't hurt yourselves. Of course, with long toss, you always work your way back. Okay, so step one is to get the arm loose. Colin is throwing into a net. He'll get his arm loose, and then we'll get into the actual long toss program. Again, we are trying to show you a way to get all of this in on your own so that you do not have to use anybody else or ask for help from anybody else. But if a mom, dad, brother, sister, neighbor can help, that certainly will make life a little bit easier on you. So now we're warmed up and we're going to start actually throwing. The first throw is going to be 60 feet to the first cone. Of course, the ball is going to go past the cone. That's just something we have to deal with when we're throwing on our own. Colin is throwing 5 baseballs. Then he's going to go down to the 60-foot cone and throw 5 back. There is no set number that you need to throw on long toss at each position, okay? So now Colin's at 60 feet, throwing back into the net, throwing his second 5 baseballs, aiming at the top of the net. Now we've moved to the 90-foot cone, and again, the ball is going to go over the cone. That's okay. Now Colin's throwing back in from 90 feet. We are going to do this same sequence at 120 feet and 150 feet, and then we'll go all the way back to 210 feet and we'll show you that throw. So now we've got to the point where Colin's going to be throwing to the 210-foot cone. Of course, at this point, he's going to be working a step behind move, always using a 4-seam grip. And because he's thrown and his arm feels pretty good, he's decided that he's only going to throw 3 from each spot, which is perfectly fine. But you'll notice he's picking up 4 additional balls. He's going to drop a ball at each cone on his way out to the 210-foot cone, so that when he's finished throwing from 210, he can throw 1 ball coming back in from each cone to cool down. So now this is from 210 feet. Of course, the further you get, the accuracy might not be quite as good, but that's okay. And now you can see Colin's working back into the 150-foot cone where he'll get one throw. Now the 120 cone. If it was me, I'd be picking up the cones along the way, but that's okay, that's up to you. The 90-foot cone, and then lastly from 60.